The battery primary cell. The zinc plate will be melted by the sulfur to be zinc ion having electricity. Electric charge will be collected to the zinc plate side, and the hydrogen ion will move to the copper plate. So the copper plate will have the positive charge. Notes: for the primary cell, after it is discharged at once, it is impossible to be recharged again. The battery secondary cell. This type is generally called as the storage battery. In the vehicles, this secondary cell is mostly used. The storage battery generally is the lead acid battery, in which the dilute sulfuric acid is used for the electrolyte, the lead peroxide is used for the positive plate, and the pure lead is used for the negative plate. The purpose of battery. In discharging, the battery can make the electrical energy from the chemical energy. In charging, it can also store the electrical energy as the chemical energy. The requirements for the battery. It should be small in size and light in weight. It should have long lifetime. It should be endure against the hard vibrating conditions. It should have large capacity, and it should have cheap cost. The kinds of the battery. First, the lead acid battery. The lead acid battery is comprised of the PbO2 as the positive plate, the Pb as the negative plate, and the H2SO4 as the electrolyte. The advantages of the lead acid battery. It is less dangerous than other types because the chemical reaction of it occurs in the room temperature. The disadvantages of the lead acid battery. The energy density is lower than others. It has shorter lifetime and longer charging time than others do. The kinds of the battery. Second, the alkali battery. There are Ni-Fe battery and Ni-CD battery. The advantages of the alkali battery. It can endure under the hard working conditions. It has good high-rate discharging performances. It has long lifetime and short charging time. The disadvantages of the alkali battery. It has low energy density, about 25-35 Wh divided by kgf. The cost of the metal used for the electrode is so expensive. The structure of the lead acid battery. Basic schematic diagram. The lead peroxide is used for the anode. The discharge lead is used for the cathode, and the dilute sulfuric acid solution is used for the electrolyte. The structure of the lead acid battery. Look at the structure. Case, cover, terminal, vent plug, connector, negative electrode, positive electrode, plate, separator, glass mate, element rest. The structure of the lead acid battery. Electrode plate. They are made of lead peroxide and discharge lead at the anode and cathode plate, respectively, after a paste of lead powder or lead oxide powder with dilute sulfuric acid solution is spread on a metal alloy grid plate, dried and metamorphosed. The structure of the lead acid battery. Plate group. The one plate group made is called the one cell. For the 12-voltage storage battery, there are 6 cells in one case connected by connector in serial. Each cell can generate electromotive force of 2.1-2.3 volt. The structure of the lead acid battery. Cover and vent plug. There is a small hole to emit the oxygen or hydrogen gases generated from the inside of the battery. The structure of the lead acid battery. Electrolyte. Look at the chemical reaction at the charge operation. Anode, lead peroxide, plus electrolyte, dilute sulfuric acid, plus cathode, discharge lead. The result. Anode, lead sulfate, plus electrolyte, water, plus cathode, lead sulfate. Then look at the chemical reaction at the discharge operation. Anode, lead peroxide, plus electrolyte, water, plus cathode, lead sulfate. The result. Anode, lead peroxide, plus electrolyte, dilute sulfuric acid, plus cathode, discharge lead. The structure of the lead acid battery. Discharge of the lead acid battery. The lead in the lead peroxide is combined with the sulfuric acid to form the lead sulfate. The discharge lead of the cathode is converted into the lead sulfate as the anode. The structure of the lead acid battery. Specific gravity of electrolyte and discharge status. The specific gravity of the electrolyte is decreased proportional to the amount of the discharge. By measuring the specific gravity of the electrolyte, it is possible to detect how much the battery is discharged. The structure of the lead acid battery. Method for measuring the specific gravity of electrolyte. Measuring the specific gravity of electrolyte in a battery cell with a float hydrometer. Reading must be taken at eye level. The higher the float stem sticks out of the electrolyte, the higher the state of charging of that cell. Caution: do not drip electrolyte on the car or on yourself. The structure of the lead acid battery. How to measuring the specific gravity of electrolyte. Measuring the specific gravity of electrolyte in a battery cell. Take some of electrolyte using the measuring rod, paste it on the measuring glass, turn the cover toward the light side. See through the lens with leveling the gravimeter, and read the scale pointing the boundary between the dark side and the bright side. The structure of the lead acid battery. Charge of the lead acid battery. By flowing charging current to the battery from the alternator. The reaction material of the anode and cathode dissolved into the lead sulfate during the discharge operation will be changed into the lead and sulfuric radicals. Capacity of the lead acid battery. Ampere-hour rate of the battery. The unit for battery capacity is the ampere-hour rate. Ampere-hour rate equals discharging current x. Continuous discharging time till final voltage. Example: the 20-hour rate 100 Ah capacity means that it needs 20 hours to discharge continuously with 5A until reaching to the final voltage. Battery charging. Method for charging the lead acid battery. The transformed AC current is transferred to the rectifier through the selection switch and then rectified by the rectifying circuit consisting of 4 diodes to form into a single-phase current. At positive and negative terminal, a direct current for charging is output. Quick charge. Battery charger connected to battery in a car. Disconnect the negative or ground cable from the battery before connecting the battery charger cables. MF battery. The MF, maintenance-free, battery is developed normal battery to protect the electrolyte from being reduced by the gas generated at self-discharge or chemical reaction, and to reduce the check and maintenance process. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.